Okay, hello everyone. Welcome to another Hugo's Desk live stream. So today we continue with the honest showreel reviews. I hope you're all well today. It's a wonderful day out there. It's sunny here in London, which is unbelievable. And I hope you can hear me all well, in loud and clear. And yeah, I was just like, I'm sorry, I'm a bit. I've been really enjoying watching all the photos from Artemis mission in Nadza. I really recommend you all guys going to Nadza to watch some of the photos. They're really cool, and they're also in high resolution with all the data from the camera and everything. So it's a wonderful thing to watch. It really is remarkable what they are doing, all the photos they're taking there. So I really recommend you all guys going seeing that. That's what I've been looking at just now, just before I came into the show. But yeah, thank you so much for being here. Everyone is well, I can see. Hello to the chat. I'm broadcasting live simultaneously on Twitch and also on YouTube. So pick what you want. Like, of course, you can be on the chat on Twitch, but do understand that most of the time people are talking on the YouTube chat. That is the most lively chat that we have. But I always stream on the both of them at the same time. And I believe the next time I'm also going to start streaming on LinkedIn as well, because I noticed that a lot of people have asked me that if I could stream on LinkedIn. So I'm gonna branch out and start streaming on LinkedIn as well at the same time. So it will be a triple stream. So today we are going to continue the show reviews. And man, I have a lot of show reels. I try my best. Last time I managed to do 4, which was a record. But yeah, these streams it's incredible how as soon as I changed the format, because people used to have to book the slot, and they had to let me know if they're gonna come or not, and for me to talk to them. As soon as I said there was no slots available anymore, and you didn't need to book anything, then I started getting a lot of showreels. And so I have 17 showreels. Obviously, I'm not gonna play all of them today. I might be able to do 3 or 4. Depends on what type of showreels it is. Sometimes if they're too complex, it might even only be 2. We'll see. I will try my best to do as many as I can today for the hours that I'll be here with you guys. And yeah, it's just been, thank you so much for sending all this work. It's amazing to see these showreels from everyone, and I'm just like thrilled to see the amount and the high quality of everyone's work. Yeah, so thanks for that. Okay, so I already, it does, yeah, Ray. Ray is saying didn't know the LinkedIn did streaming. It does. The reason I didn't do live streaming on the World VFX Day on LinkedIn is because it has a limit of hours, and so LinkedIn stream is a bit limited, so the quality is not very good, and it has limits of time. I think the resolution is only 720p. I need to be careful with all of that, but I do know a lot of people like to see it on LinkedIn, so and it has a chat as well on LinkedIn, so hopefully that will be a nice thing as well. But yeah, so before we start, as always, I just want to give a little shout out to everything that is going on right now. As you know, this stream is sponsored by BenQ. BenQ has been a huge supporter of my channel, and they've been helping me for such a long time, and I can't thank them enough for supporting every week these streams and the show reviews and also the YouTube channel in general. With that in mind, I just wanted to let you know that BenQ is currently doing a contest. And it's a contest that people can join in. It's most European countries that can participate. So I'll put it on the screen for you to see what I mean. So that's the contest that we can. Sorry, I think I forgot to. I always forget to put the right camera here. Sorry, there we go. Now I'm here. So that's the contest right now. Those are the prizes that are up for grabs if anyone wants to be involved. I'll send you the link on the chat. So I'll put on the link on the chat. So this is a contest that is going to be on until the end of the month, basically. So anyone can join in. And basically, yeah, you can, as you can see, the first prize is a monitor, a BenQ monitor plus a Ergo arm and a screen bar halo. Second prize is a monitor plus the arm, and then third prize is just the monitor. It's amazing, the prizes. And the judges, or I'm very proud to say that I'm one of the judge. So I'll be joined by Martin oh, sorry, I can't read it. It's so small. Normaja, I think that's now. I can't read the name from here. It's so little tiny on my screen there, on my preview screen. So I'll just put big here, so in case I need to like check it out. So yeah, so Nemaja, sorry, and Martin and myself. So the contest runs until the 30th. So be aware that it's not going to stick around for a long time. And I'll put it on the screen as well, the website, so that you can check it out as well. This is the actual site, so I'll put it on the screen there. So that's the contest that we're doing. So this is for BenQ Creative Pro, which is the new brand BenQ has for their monitors. And basically, anyone from Germany, Austria, United Kingdom, France, Netherlands, Spain, Belgium, and Ireland can send their submissions. Everything is explained here, so you can check some examples. You can also see the rules. You need to see what you need to do. It's and then you see the judges as well, and yeah, so it's your opportunity to get a free monitor and to get your work out there. So basically, will be retweeted and reposted on social media, and also the winner, I'm gonna ask them if they want to come over to the show, like we did 2 years ago. 2 years ago, we did exactly the same thing, and then I asked the winner of the contest. That at the time it was the Magenta contest, and I asked them to come over, and we did a really wonderful stream about their work and everything, which was really great. So yeah, keep that in mind. They are of course the sponsor of the stream, of my stream, and a huge supporter of Hugo's Desk. So thank you so much, BenQ, for that. Also, just so you know, my Nuke course is currently 75% off. That's the cheapest that has ever been. If you want to join, just head over to my Shopify store, and you don't need to use the code, but the code is there if you want to anyway. It's Spring Sale 26. It's going to be until the end of the month. This and it's covers both my courses, and so. And I know a lot of people are asking, like, oh, but why do I even need to know compositing because of AI? Well, you'll be surprised that most AI pipelines on visual effects companies are driven between Confi UI and Nuke. And so that means that you still need to know Nuke, because you need to bring in all the plates from the AI-generated plates into Nuke and then fix them or merge them or comp them between footage and CG. So knowledge of Nuke is still necessary, very much necessary, for you to put everything together. Because I do think that in the future, in a very close future, I really hope not, but because I'm not a fan of generative AI, as you all know, I'm not a fan at all, and for me, it doesn't need to exist. But that's another conversation for another day. I'm not going to go into that today, but it's still very much necessary. I think generative AI will become something like a pass. Like, you know, okay, I have a render from Houdini, and I have a footage that someone filmed, and then I have one clip that is on generative AI, and then I need to comp them all together. So that's, I think, will be the future. It will become a section of our pipeline that will produce footage and plates for us. I think that's really going to be the future as I see it now, really, because it's not very sustainable. So, okay. And then, last but not least, as well, as you know, my streams. I have some new dates for all of you. So next week we're going to do a break. We're not going to do the stream next week. I can't do it next week, but we're back on the 21st of April. And then we're going to continue every 2 weeks, because I'm going to go to FMX. So I can't do it right after 21st of April. So those are the new dates. If you want to join in, the link to upload your showreel is on the description of this video, and it's on the description of all the videos. If you want to submit your showreel, just submit it to that link. It's on all the descriptions, and all my posts on social media have the link, and so you can submit it. But I can also, I should really have the link here, but I think I forgot to have the link. Do I have the link here? I probably have. Let me just drop it real quick, because then people can, if they are right now here, they might want to do it right away. Yeah, so link to upload files. So if you want to upload your showreel, you can do so on that link there. Oh no, so I think that's the wrong link that no, that's the correct link. Yeah, sorry. So yeah, so those are the dates: 21st of April, 12th of May, 26th of May, and 9th of June. These will be the next 4 streams I will do. And then once these are over, I will continue the streams in July and August. And then continue all the way until the end of the year. We'll probably have streams all throughout the end of the year. At some point as well, I will announce a Nuke stream as well, because I have a workshop that I'm working on with the Foundry. I have a brand new workshop with Nuke's new 3D system, which I will be presenting at FMX, and that live stream will be coming as well. And also some new classes for my students as well with the new 3D system, because I'm preparing a masterclass for FMX. And so while I'm preparing that FMX masterclass, I'm doing I'm doing classes for my students for my Nuke course. And then from there, I will showcase a few things at FMX. So I'm going to start by doing the classes, and then sections of the classes will be presented at FMX. And not all of it, of course, just a little bit, because the priority is the students. And so FMX is right on the corner as well. So I'll be there. And so if you want to say hello, come and say hello to me. It will be from the 5th to the 7th of May in Stuttgart, Germany. And I'll be there doing a few things. And so I'll be there with Ian. And I'm just going to go in here to my thing here. Here's the little clown with the green screen. And so I'm doing 3 sessions, although there's only 2 here. So I'm basically doing a VFX Notes podcast live with the audience over there, which is going to be great. We're going to be discussing what is the best visual effects shot in the world. It's going to be very controversial, I'm assuming. And then I have a masterclass in Nuke 17, which will be online. And then I have a keynote with Nuke 17's 3D system. That keynote is not here yet. Foundry is waiting for me to send them the blurb in the description. And so once it's upload, it will be there, so don't worry. And yeah, I hope you can see me at FMX. If you are there, please come say hello. Let's meet up, let's have a coffee, let's talk. I would love to meet anyone that they might want to be there. I can already see Ray did it. Is going to be at FMX, so please come and say hello to me. Okay. Pudella6704 says, told Ian at Seagraph that Hugo missed Planet of the Apes. He just laughed. Yeah, that's Hugo. Yeah, Planet of the Apes, I only saw it recently. I did enjoy it, but I got a bit fed up of it, really, to be honest. There's so many of them. So I have a plate. You're asking for some questions. I have a plate, but it's a long drone dolly shot, and it's from a forest from above. The shot is tracked properly, but because of the parallax, the CG doesn't look tracked, as there's a load of tree. Okay, well, that's a complicated question. I would have to see the plates, really, to be honest, to really see how it is. So I don't know. I have no idea. Until I could see the plate, it's very difficult for me to let you know what I think. So, yeah. I do agree with you, Nickies. Extraction 1 and 2 has some amazing VFX shots. And a lot of invisible work, doesn't it? It's quite remarkable how good the VFX are on that film. Okay, so that's it for the things. I'm just going to run the BenQ commercial. Again, BenQ is the reason why we do these streams. So I'm going to just go through and show their commercial. Thank you so much, BenQ, for supporting this live stream so much. And then we'll start with the show reels, I promise. So I'm going to just run the commercial from BenQ. It will be a very short commercial. And then I'll see you all very soon. Okay, once again, thank you so much, BenQ, for supporting the stream. So you were asking me if you can send it on Discord, Mood78. Sure, you can send it to Discord if I have the time. I'm going to start Showreel reviews now, but I'll have a look during the break, and yeah, just send it over there. I'm assuming you're my student, right? You're probably my student since you have me on Discord. So if you're my student, yes, please do. I will try my best to answer it and have a look. If it's too complicated, I'll maybe do it offline, but if maybe it's an easy thing and I can just have a look now. Okay, so let's get going. So let's start with this. Oh man, I still have this open here. Damn, man, this is incredible. I'm gonna need to show you guys this. Look at this. Just look at it. That is an incredible photo. Man, NASA is killing it with these photos. They're cooking. My God, just look at it. And the incredible thing is that these are 3 planets over here. Apparently, that is basically Saturn and Jupiter. I believe this is Mars. I don't remember if it's Mars or Venus. I can't remember what they wrote, but man, this is one of the most beautiful photos I've seen in a long time. NASA is absolutely killing it with the photos, and they've been dumping them. I watched this yesterday live, but of course they couldn't show the photos because the photos are on the SD cards. But man, I've been just blown away by the quality, and the photos are really high res. They upload them to the NASA website at full resolution with all the information from the camera and everything. So it's a great way to see, how incredible these photos were taken, So, Mini Bobber says, I remember having you as a teacher in Sweden 10 years ago in Campus Y12. I'm doing very well. Thank you so much for saying that. Oh, that is incredible. Like Campus I-12, I really miss it. I haven't been there in a long time. But yeah, I was teaching there for 9 years. For 9 years every year. It's such a shame that it closed down. It's such a shame that the visual effects course was shut down. I wish that didn't happen. It was an incredible course. Would have been incredible if they kept it. But you know how it is. Unfortunately, it's it's not possible. I guess I don't know what happened. I have no idea what happened. I hope they probably didn't have a good reason for shutting it down. I really don't know why it's shut down. But yeah, I don't know who you are, of course, because by that name I don't know what's your name. But maybe I remember you if you tell me your name at some point. You don't need to do it on the chat, but you can message me, of course. Okay, so let's get on with the Showreel reviews. So I will. Mikael says, again, I'm not sure why, but on Twitch, music on BenQ ad is floating in pitch up and down a bit. Okay, so maybe a Twitch is getting a twitch. Okay, so let's put this on the screen. So these are the showreels I have that I was given. As you can see, I have way too many. It's 17 showreels. We're never going to do that, but I'm going to do them by the order they arrived. So potentially I'm trying to do the ones on yellow here, which is the 21st of March. And as you can see, they came in quite close to each other. So they are by creation. That's what I want, creation date. So as you can see, they came in. I'm not sure why these... Oh, yeah, it's the next day. So, yeah. So today... I'm going to start with Alexander here, and then I'm going to go to Marzo and hopefully go to Suva, hopefully. And maybe if I have time, go to Antion. I hope so. Depends on how long these showreels take. But as you can see, we have a lot. But we still have 5 more streams. So if your showreels are found on the bottom of this list, I am so sorry, it will not be today. But I'm going to start with Alexander. Now, I have no idea if Alexander is here or not. We're not doing this anymore. So if they are here, they can say it on the chat, and I'm happy for them to join. They can join if they want to. But if they're not here, I will review the showreel by myself. Of course, I always would prefer for people to be here. But I understand that sometimes it's not possible. And also, that was the whole reason I changed this format, because we were having so many problems on trying to get the people in here. So, yeah. Oh, yeah, Padella, you're always talking about the trek. I would love to, but I'm not sure if I'm going to go to that side of the world anytime soon. Nikki, it's not the Earth, that's the moon. It's not the Earth that is round. Apparently the moon is round. The Earth is flat, as we all know. We all know that. This is all a cabal, and it's all rendered. It's all CGI. None of it is real. Okay, so we're going to start by playing Alexander's Showreel. As I told you before, if I get demonetized with the music, I will mute this section on YouTube. But I will leave it right now, so you will be the only ones listening to the music, because most likely I will have to mute it later. But yeah, let's watch the showreel first. I have not watched this showreel, so it will be the first time for me as well. Let's just watch the showreel and then we'll start. And if Alexander is here, please let me know, and they can join the meeting if they want to. Oh yeah, he is okay. He is here, but he says. Oh, you're called Baked Lights. That's awesome. Is it that you? Yeah, that's not a problem. If you can't join live, don't worry. We can talk through the chat. So Baked Lights is here with his showreel. Let's watch it first, and then we'll be back. Oh, sorry. Apologies, I forgot to put sound. That would be easier with sound. That was cool. Man, such nice heart-rocking music. Look at that. That is cool, actually. So, okay. Let's get on with this. So yeah, so now I noticed that at the end it says bakedlights.com. There is it anyway. So Alexander, thank you so much for sending your showreel. Man, your showreel is really good, like really high quality work. And I'm assuming this. I'm just gonna put this in loop. I'm assuming this is all production work because it looks like production work. It doesn't say anywhere what it is or where it came from. But, you know, feel free to write it on the chat if you want to say something. But I am assuming this is all production work. That's what it looks like. And it's really good work. I mean, what can I say? This is one of those showreels like I usually have on this channel. When I get production work, people were saying the goat milking the cow. That is a bit weird. When it's production showreels, it's always tough for me because, you know, this work has been produced, it's been delivered, it's been broadcasted or played on the cinema. I'm not sure where it is. And that means that it's been supervised. There's been leads involved. There have been supervisors involved. There have been directors, producers. And so I'm assuming that everything that is here... oh, okay, so it's Paw Patrol, okay. I'm assuming everything is here. I've never seen Paw Patrol, sorry, I don't have kids. So I don't usually watch these things. But I'm assuming everything here is been vetted, it's been reviewed, and everyone is very happy with it. Because that's usually what happens in production. As much as maybe the artists themselves are not very happy with the project, I am assuming everyone was happy with everything because it got vetted. So, as a lighting artist showreel, it's really nice. The only thing I would say, maybe Bakelite, is that it is. It depends on what kind of lighting artist you want to be. Right now, when I look at this showreel, what I see is someone that is really good at lighting in in basically animations, animated films, and basically CG films. There is no lighting on your showreel with real footage or lighting with real assets or even any type of 3D lighting that has been merged with a plate or with a real piece of footage. I'm not sure if that's what you want, of course. Maybe you're only interested in animation, but as being a lighting artist, you know, I think as a lighting artist, you have to do all sorts of works, but maybe you don't want to do that. So maybe let me know in the chat. Maybe you're really focused only on animation, which is absolutely fine. A lot of people are specialized on animation. There's even compositors that are specialized on animation. So in that sense, that is the only thing I would say. Like, where is the other lighting? Where is the footage lighting? If you really want to have a job on a company as a CG artist, as a lighter, you will then, if you want, for example, to work in film, you would have to put in other types of shots as well if you want to actually land that job. Although it depends where you work. I have no idea where you're from or where you work or in which company you work. So maybe give me some points on the chat. I would love to know more about that. I mean, I could go and check real quick. I'll go and check. It doesn't matter. You don't need to write it down because this is the internet, right? So we can always check people. And by the way, did you saw what I did there? I just found out the other day that you can copy paste from a video, which is quite impressive. I didn't know you could do that until very recently. So yeah, so let's just have a look at the person here. And let's see here. So, oh, that didn't copy correctly. I can see that. Okay, so never mind what I said. The copying didn't work, Alejandro Hernandez. So it really did not copy. Alejandro Hernandez. It would be like that, I think. Let's have a look and find out a little bit more about yourself, about you. Is it Alexandro? Oh, it's a J. Sorry, I'm so used with the X. That's wrong. Alexandro. Okay, so here you are. I'm assuming that's you. Yeah, it probably is. Lighting, look, dev, artist, animation. Yeah, that's probably. Yeah, there's the showreel. It's there. So let's have a look. So basically, okay. So you've been working basically at Meta. You've worked before at Mic. Okay, you've worked at Micros. That's amazing. That's a really good company. They do amazing work. Well, they used to. I believe they've been shut down, or maybe they came back. I think they were shut down and then they came back. I think that was what happened. Okay, so you work in some games as well. Yeah, you have a really good career here going on all the way to okay, Frame Store as well, 2018. Cool, man. This is excellent. Excellent work, and congratulations, Alexander. Okay, so going back to your showreel, like I said, it's tough for me to talk about shots that have been produced like this. I really have nothing to say about this except the aesthetic. I'm not very happy with the aesthetic of it, but I'm not a big fan. Not a big fan of these kind of these kind of films, really, to be honest. Okay, so Noam Denik here is saying that Mikros has been bought back by Rodeo last year. Okay, that's amazing news. That's really good. Yeah, you see on Twitch, Boy Fruit is saying that a plate integration is always really nice to see. He agrees as well. I think Boy Fruit has a point here because if you want to be a lighting artist, you need to have other types of CG as well. And because the problem that's going to happen to you is that you're going to be locked into animation. You're just going to be called upon on animation all the time. But again, Alexander, that's maybe what you love, and so if that's what you love, that's it. I mean, I really have nothing to say about these shots. They look fantastic. I think you did a great job with the lighting. It's very smooth, very nice lighting, you know, very, very good ambient lighting as well. I mean, there's really not much to say. It's production work. What can I say? So I'm sorry that I can't really give you specific feedback because there's no feedback to give, you know, like these shots are final, and like they are final shots that have really no problems that I can see. There's no errors. There's no issues. The aesthetic has been chosen. The lighting choices have been really nice. I mean, I don't really have much to say. I'm sorry. Usually, people submit show reels that are either not finished, or they have a lot of problems, or they have a lot of personal work. It's very rare that people submit production work to this show, because, like I said, it's always hard for me to judge or to talk about things that I wasn't involved, because I know the stresses of production. I've been in production for 26 years, so 27 years now. So I know how stressful it is, where you can't control everything because the clients want to make last minute changes, and they might do things that you don't want to. So this is, by the way, I've been interrupted by, this is really nice. This is really nice. The caustic effect of the of the precious stone, I guess, is really nice. Really nice work that you did here. So yeah, so I think here again, that's really nice as well. That's really well accomplished. Very realistic. Yeah, well done, my friend. The moon, I think this was the only shot that I was kind of like a bit unsure. The moon looks a bit weird. It doesn't look like a moon, so, but that's not your problem. You're a lighter, so you know, like that's the only thing I kind of felt that was a bit strange. But yeah, I mean, what can I say? I guess I need to watch this movie now, right? I mean, I don't really don't, I don't usually watch these kind of movies. It's very rare, because yeah. Okay, so Mikhail says these movies are intended to kids mainly. Yeah, so I guess I do sometimes see that animation and films for kids are usually very badly lit. They're not very nice. So I'm very happy to see that this one is nice, and it actually looks really cool. So it's a good fresh take on that, because it's usually these kind of films don't look very nice. So I'm happy to see that this one actually has really good lighting, but I'm assuming it's for the cinema, so that's probably why. Boyfruit says we're seeing more real-time assignments coming in too. So if there's an experience in Unreal 5 or something similar, that also would be a good bonus. Yeah, absolutely, I completely agree with you. And you also say, I think there's some game experience on LinkedIn. There is, yeah. So although the showreel doesn't have any games, so I mean, it's been quite quiet. So the person that the Alexander, he sent the showreel and he was on the chat, but he hasn't really said anything. But from his experience that I can see here, he has worked in the games industry for a while as well, because that's what also it says here. So yeah. So the cool thing is that I can see some realistic renders here. So maybe they have it as well. Maybe it's there somewhere. It might be, well, there was a website, wasn't it? So I can probably think it was, let's have a look at the website. Bakedlights.com. That's easy enough. Let's baked. Are they stoned? Bakedlights.com. Is that it? Yeah, there you go. Okay, cool. So you see, you have other things here that are not shown. Some personal projects, some photoreal stuff as well. That's cool. And you have an ArtStation page as well. Yeah, cool, man. I can see that you can also do a lot of real stuff as well. This is really nice. Look at that. That's very nice work. Excellent work. Almost looks like a painting. Very, very nice work. I love the breakdown as well. Especially the candles versions. The candle renders are actually the most beautiful ones that you have here. I wish that it was lit by the candle instead. It would have been nice if we would have left it much darker and moody. Would have looked much nicer. In some way, I think this is a bit overlit, but hey, man, it's really nice work. You have some nice ArcViz work as well here. It looks really nice. Very natural looking renders. Yeah, this is nice. Cool, man. Excellent. Some of these renders are not completely realistic. I think it needed a little bit of comping and a little bit of atmospherics, lenses, distortions, and just some artifacts to make it break up the CG a bit more. But I'm assuming this is for ArcViz. It's supposed to be completely clean and perfect, but it's a bit too clean, some of this work. But yeah, anyway, I will move on to the next showreel because I don't really have much to say. So congratulations, Alexander, on a really good showreel, really good work, and I hope you have much success in the future, and you land your dream work, my friend. But yeah, you've been quite quiet here in the chat. Maybe you can't talk right now, but yeah, we'll yeah, you're right, Boyfruit. ArcViz is always a great way to float any lighting artist if there's a dry spell on film and TV. Absolutely. And right now we have a dry spell. So I would admit that ArcViz and also even corporate CG, a lot of times don't never underestimate corporate work. I've done a lot of corporate work in my life. And there's good money there and good pay if you're doing CG for corporate productions, visualization, or even just corporate commercials. Sometimes even for conventions or for internal commercials or presentations that corporate companies are making. I used to do a lot of CG and compositing for the medical field, for medical companies with X-ray machines and with protein processing machines and also MRI machines. It was really nice. Yeah, and so okay, cool. So Alexander is done. That was very quick. That was the quickest showreel review we've done, I think, in this in this format. Let's move on to the next one. So next one we have Pablo Haedo. Pablo Haedo? I think that's how I pronounce that. So let's watch their showreel. Maybe Pablo Haedo is here. If they are here, they can always join, of course. So let's watch this showreel first, and then we'll come back.
Americans, you're all the same. We're dressing.
Have some epic music right there. Okay, I'm gonna just put this looping. So I'm not sure if you're here, Pablo Haedo. So if you are here on the chat, just let me know, and you can join me on the call if you want to. If you don't want to, that's fine as well. Oh yeah, I absolutely agree with you, boy fruit. Not always the most exciting work to do, corporate, but hey, we do have to pay our rent. So really nice to watch this showreel, Pablo. So I think you did some good work here. I can see that most of this looks to me like personal projects or studies that you're making. I'm not entirely sure if any of this is actually any production work. I don't believe it is. It all looks very much like unfinished, except this one. Maybe this one is something, although it says collaborative project. It could be just like a student project. So I'm assuming you're a student. I'm assuming that because I see a lot of personal work and a lot of kind of unfinished shots here. So that's my assumption, of course. Do apologize if I'm making assumptions that I shouldn't be doing, but that's the only thing I can assume. But yeah, you have a really good representation of dynamics and fluids. This is crazy, man. The skate, the burning skate. Can't believe you found someone doing that. This person is actually skating with the burning skate. That's insane. That is absolutely insane. Anyway, I do think you have some nice work. Yeah, so Nom Denik on Twitch says, question. Denik has a question on Twitch. If a veteran VFX artist starts to work in animation feature, should she have one showreel for each, or include everything in the same? I do think you should have one showreel which is everything you do, and then you should have, if you're bouncing between animation and feature, I would advise you to have two showreels so that you can send the showreel for feature and send the showreel to animation, because then you probably can have more work. But there's always one showreel for everything, that's for sure. I would say. Okay, so let's start with this, Pablo. So basically, an Houdini artist, as you can see, Houdini, Maya, and Nuke. That's probably what the three apps that you mostly use. First off, all aspects except modeling. So you have some really nice destruction here. I can see the tank is coming in. If anything, I would only say that as the tank hits the wall, I do think the tank would lose momentum more. I think the tank is too fast. I mean, this is a really big brick wall. I know the tank is powerful, but I believe that from a realistic point of view, the tank would have at least bounced a bit and slowed or hit a bit. And so it would have been nice if you would have put in a bit of a hit. It's almost like it would lose half of the momentum or something, and then it would carry on. Or maybe even scratch the rest of the stones and then get more momentum afterwards. I think that would have been a nice touch, because it would have looked more realistic. Because, man, this is a hard wall there. I'm not even sure if because you see, the wheel is what hits it. The wheel would not have enough strength to destroy the stones. The wheel is not a rigid object. The wheel is a soft object. And so, yes, the metal bars here would probably damage the wall and, of course, the chassis of the car. But you see, it first would hit the wheel, it would bounce a little bit, lose momentum, and then scrap the rest of the stone. Apologies. And so I think that it should have some kind of, yeah, like Mikael is saying, recoil. Because it, you know, I don't believe this for a second, because this is like a rubber, basically a rubber wheel, you know. You probably even can watch this on accidents in Formula 1. When they hit the wall with the rubber and the wheel, it bounces back immediately and they don't break the wall, you know, because the wheel is too soft. And as you leave then, I do believe that it would break the wall on the back of the car. The back of the car has enough strength, but it wouldn't go into the wall so much. And also, I don't know if you noticed, but as you get into the wall, you damage the wall completely, but none of the door or entry part of the building is even damaged. I do believe that this wood and this looks like wood, and it looks like wood surface, or at least a soft surface. As he destroys the stones, I think the bricks would hit this thing, break the windows, and also damage the door. It would basically, even the door, which looks like it's open, I think the door would open even more because of the wind that is happening and also the strength of the bricks hitting it. So I think you need to do something to that, because you see, if you look at it in here, it's completely intact, all of it. It didn't even move. So I think you need to also put some dynamics there. Then going from there, you can see all of this goes and hits there, which is really nice. And then you hit this wood trolley as well, and that's believable. The car has so much momentum that it would damage. I do think that because the car is metal and rubber wheel, it would break this immediately. So I think it shouldn't just move, because this is wood. I think it would shatter some of the wood. So you probably need to put in some shattering dynamics as well for the wood to shatter. And then the rest, the smoke looks fantastic. I think you did a great job with the atmospheres and the smoke. And then as you see here, it's shattering this wood here. I do think that little trolley would be shattered like that. And then he goes in and shatters complete. You see, the trolley is too intact, I think. The other thing as well that I would say is that if he's gonna break this wooden frame and break the entire wall, this roof would have some damage. The roof itself would lose some of its strength because you destroyed 2 pillars in the wall, and so the roof's ability to stay up would be seriously compromised. So you would have to basically tilt basically the roof should have a little bit of a bowing here so that it looks like it's been affected by this gigantic thing coming in. I think that would be what I would say. So yeah, and then Mikhail has a bunch of stuff here. Mikhail says grenade on YouTube. Grenade lever, that's from another thing. Back of the tank would recoil for sure. Roof would raise the dust and sag in the middle. Yes, it would as well. Okay, cool. But it's a really nice shot, don't get me wrong. I think you did a fantastic job. And at first glance, it looks fantastic. But I think it's missing these little small things for it to look really realistic. And, the other thing as well is that I do think that if you could, it would be awesome if you can texture in lighting this shot. It's not too far off. It's already lit, which looks really nice. It's not very hard for you to texture this and to actually render it out. It would be nice. If you can't do that, maybe then ask for someone to help you. CG and visual effects is a team effort, so there's no problem with that. Okay, so as we go in here, we can see, now I see why it's missing. You see, you don't have the door here. So you broke the bricks, but again, the wheel wouldn't break it so much, and the door is not being affected. So these are the only things that are being affected. You need to put the door and the framing as well. And as he comes through here, he should have affected these sandbags as well, because the sandbags were basically ran over by the wheel at the back. And as you can see, the wheel comes in and the sandbags are completely intact. The other thing as well is that, and this is nice that you put some dirt here. And again, this wagon would shatter more, I think. And then it goes in. So that's really nice work. I love this. This is really nice. And you see some shattering here would be nice. And then some shattering of the roof would be nice as well. Because this roof right now, it looks like it's made of steel. And it's too powerful, I would say. But yeah, really good work, my friends. So let's get on to the second one. Oh yeah, Miguel has a really good point here. I would add flicker to every light on impact, as it destroys some lights and it will affect the power network. That is completely true. It would be nice. I do like the touch that... One thing, talking about lights, it would have been nice if the light was on. Is the light on the other shot? No, it's... Oh yeah, it is. No, sorry, it's just on the breakdown. So it breaks there. But you see, as it breaks, it would have been nice also to see the glass breaking. And actually not break right away. It would explode, the lamp. The lamp would explode. Shards of glass would fly. And then the light itself would have a few frames of flicker before it would completely get destroyed. So you would see the light flicker on the car, and then it would also give a bit of a spark as well. I think it would have been nice, what is that? This. What do you mean this? You do have some kind of typography here, which I don't know what it is. Well, it doesn't matter. Okay, so let's move on. Let's move on to the next one. So next one we have is the basically the water scene, and this looks fantastic. I mean, you did an amazing job here. I guess I think, it's a little bit noisy, but man, it's really nice. And I love the way that you've made the wetness of the stone. The whole thing looks really nice. I mean, from a rendering point of view, it does say whip. So I'm assuming you're still working on it. So because it says whip, I would say that if you could render the final texturing on the boat, it would be nice. And also, it would be nice for you to do whatever you can to break up the stones a bit more so that they look a bit less CG. I think you need more variations between them. But if it's only about the water, because it is here, all aspects except environment modeling and assembling, I do think the water simulation is absolutely top-notch. You did an amazing job with it, and I'm assuming if you were given a proper render farm, you could probably just get the noise out of it as well completely. You know. Hey, Sigel, how you doing, my friend? Mikael says distant fog and spray misting is missing. Well, it says it's a whip. You know, I'm assuming it's still gonna come. The fog, yes, I would agree with you. The misting, I think, it can't go too far, otherwise it will look like a misty. It's supposed to be a daytime day, so the mist wouldn't be too much. So, just sorry, I need to sneeze. And yeah, I completely agree. Apologies for that. I completely agree with Sigel. Vegetation would help. Maybe some bushes, maybe some little pieces of vegetation on the rocks would also help. Not only giving it a bit of green, but also a bit of livelihood as well. Like, it would make it more alive, you know. Let's see here. Boyfruit says, I think keeping them together is better. If you have shots from animated work, it shows me that you can construct and design a lighting setup. If you have integrated shots, it shows me that you can analyze a plate and reconstruct the lighting. Those are both valuable pieces of information. I completely agree with you, boyfriend. Boyfruit, sorry, not boyfriend, boyfruit. I do think that, absolutely, you will always have, like I said, you always have a showreel with everything, and that's the main one you send. But then as you progress with the recruitment, you can always have another showreel with just lighting and another one with animation, if you would like to. There's no problem in having multiple showreels. It actually helps you have more work if you have way too much work to share on one single showreel. Okay, let's move on to the next thing. This looks really nice. I think you did some good work. So here it says smoke and atmosphere and compositing. So you did some compositing as well. So this is money heist concept, collaborative project, original animation concept. Okay. So if you only did the smoke in the atmosphere, that's the only thing I'm going to judge. And the compositing, I'm assuming. But would it be the compositing of just the smoke in the atmosphere, or would it be the compositing of the whole thing? If it's the compositing of the whole thing and the lighting of the whole thing, I do think that it's a bit peculiar that the light is so overblown. I say this because where is this lighting coming from? This window would not be enough to overblown the light like that, and these chandeliers would also not be enough to make him overexposed. So I'm not entirely sure if this lighting needs to be toned down, because it probably should. It would also make it more moody, which would be nice. The smoke itself, I think you did a good job. I think the beginning looks very realistic, the one when he's smoking. If anything, I would say that it would have been nice if you would have puffed a bit of smoke out of his mouth. It would have been nice, but that's not animated. It would need to be in the animation as well. It would have been a nice touch, I think, if you would have seen a little bit of smoking coming out of his mouth as well. The smoke on the back looks really nice in the atmosphere. As he removes the cigar from his mouth, again, you see, this would have been a really nice touch to put a little bit of a puff of smoke coming out, or just open the mouth slightly and you would see a little bit of smoke coming out. It would be a more natural way of smoking. People usually, when they're smoking, they don't have their mouth closed all the time. I've been a smoker in the past, so I don't think they would be like closed mouth. They would still breathe out the smoke. Now, as it comes in through here, it goes really high speed down here. It does look to me like you're going a bit too defocused with the smoke. Like, I think this smoke here shouldn't be this defocused, because if you look at the finger and the cigar, they are focused, and so the smoke would be focused as well, because it's living in the same depth. So I think you went a bit too far with. Yeah, there we go. Now he takes the smoke out. I think it should have happened before. But yeah. You also need to be careful here. This is not enough resolution for the smoke. You see, it has breakup in between the smoke. I think you need to have more samples so the smoke has more trail. The smoke wouldn't break up like this. At least not cigar smoke, wouldn't do that. But yeah, this is nice work. Nice work at all. I do think the lighting is a bit off, but I don't think the lighting is your problem. Yeah, Seychelles has a really nice point for the previous shot. Moss would be really nice. That's what's missing here. You're absolutely right, Seychelles. You're missing a bunch of moss and people on the ship. Yes, absolutely. The ship wouldn't be abandoned like that. It needs to be shaded as well. It looks like it's too deep in the water as well. It should be a little bit more high up, because if you see the windows are so close to the water would come in. So it's a bit weird that it's so deep into the water. But moss would really work. All sorts of like this, let's see here. Rock, moss, water, seaside. I think if we put that, you would see some of it. Not as much as this, but this is too much, of course. But it would have been nice for us to see. This is a bit too much. But the vegetation would be nice, you see. Some vegetation would be nice. But I wouldn't say that we need to put as much moss as this. This is way too much moss, but some of it would be nice. Some rocks to have some moss would be a really nice touch. And, it just gives it more realism to bring in some stuff. Or like this, you see, where we have old moss that is almost dead on the rock, so that you would have breakup on the rock. That would be nice, to have rocks with breakup, rocks with moss, and basically some sections would be live moss, other section would be dead moss. That would be a nice touch, I think. So well spotted, Sejal. Sejal says, I have a comment for the building structure as well. Got way up. Okay, well, that I haven't got there yet, so give me a second before I can get there. Okay, cool. Let me get there. Dry weeds would from washed out on the ocean. Hugo has a picture up with brown weed. Yes, brown weed and seabed would be really nice. I think it would definitely create a lot of realism to this shot. Okay, so the smoke we already talked about, and then after that we have this. So again, this is a collaborative, all aspect except compositing and 3D terrain scanning. Okay, so all aspect you meant like lighting and rendering, I would assume, is no in 3D. Okay, so it'll be lighting and rendering and explosions. So yeah, so from a compositing point, from a point of view of an explosion, what I'm missing really here is the breakup of the stuff that is being exploded. Like this missile, looks like a missile. As the missile or the bomb comes in, where is the destruction of the building? You see, the explosion happens, but it's like the building is made of, I don't know, of kryptonite or something. It's indestructible. The building is indestructible. Nothing has been broken by the building. And this explosion would have, but it's landing here, so it would have break all these rocks would break. Most likely, all this entire wall would leave. The dome also would be affected. I think you're missing damage, basically damage of stones on all of them, really. Not only that one, but all of them needs to have more damage when something gets hit, I think. Then also I would say that I know you didn't do the compositing, but the explosions are really not well comped. You see, even here, look. It first of all, it explodes before it hits, but as it hits, nothing gets damaged. You see, we need debris falling down, and I think the explosions are way too overexposed. It doesn't. They're so bright. They should then either be bright, this dark bright, but then they need to light up the environment more, or they need to be not as bright, and then they're okay. I think if they're going to be this bright, they would lit up more the surrounding environments. Yeah, and then also I think this is a bit strange that it gets so black here. I think it would be a bit more semi-transparent. So definitely for me, this is like the worst shot you have on your showreel from a look point of view. You know, so also no raised dust. Missile, like Mikael is saying on the chat, missile impact usually shakes up surroundings and shockwaves. That's also true. Yeah, it's made of vibranium. Like Captain America shield. Yes, exactly. Absolutely. And the missiles, Mikael has also a good point. The missiles look like meteorites. I'm not sure if that's your... It says Desert War, so I'm assuming it's missiles. So we're missing the missile itself, you know. And also like the trails of fire. I'm not sure a missile would be on fire this long. Usually a missile is there, and then you have a little bit of a fire, and then it's just a trail of smoke. You don't have a trail of fire. That's a weird missile. So a lot of things that are wrong on this shot, and I think you need to like look into this with your team. Also, man, why are the missiles curving like this, like immediately? They're really strange, the movement. Yeah, anyway, not a very accomplished shot, I would say. Now, going to this is just the test, but I think you did a really good job with the destruction. Man, would have been nice if the ball had a little, you know, a little. It had the cord to it, and it would be attached to an actual. What's the name of it? It's like a builder's, like those machines that have the wheel. I can't remember. I need to put it on Google, I guess. Destruction. Is it called a destruction ball? Yeah, destruction ball or wrecking ball. That's right, wrecking ball. Wrecking ball. That would be what it is, a wrecking ball. So man, so much AI as always. So yeah, so you see, this would have been nice for us to see the cords and also the actual arm of the wrecking ball machine. So you see, they're usually very large, and they have a huge, and then they have the ball is over there, and then you have like the line and everything. You see it here as well. So this would have been nice for us to see the arm of the wrecking ball. I think it's missing. It would have been nice for us to see it. As it destroys, I think you did a good job. I would love to see more shattering. I think the wood would shatter in smaller chips. I don't think it would shatter in such large... I'm missing a secondary layer of small shards flying through the air. I don't think you have enough small shards. Like you have up here, you see, that's nice. So I'm missing that on the beginning. As the ball comes in, it breaks it up. It just destroys the environment, the thing, and then it just comes out. That's really nice. And then it just falls apart. Yeah, and that's really well made. And then it goes again. Oh no, we don't see the rest. So yeah, this is really nice dynamics. I'm just missing that. I'm missing more debris and more little pieces of wood and shards coming in through the wood at the beginning. I'm looking at your splinters pass here. You see, you have two little splinters when it hits the first time. I think it would make more splinters. Sometimes realism is not the way to go because for a film, you need to go all in. And I think it would be more spectacular with some more splinters coming through. Would make it much more sense. Now, okay, cool. I really like your smoke pass. The dust debris pass is really nice. You did a really good job. Oh, no, it's not a problem, Bakelights. I didn't really give you a lot of feedback, my friend, because I think your work is impeccable. So I didn't really. No, it's not a problem. You were here for them. That's not a problem. You do, yeah. If you go back, you can reverse a bit the stream and you can listen to what I said. I think the variation on the reel would really help you. But I think I think you can always go back at any time during this stream. Everyone can pause and they can go back a few seconds. So, but yeah, like I said, apologies, Bake, if I didn't send you a lot of feedback. Like I said on the Showreel review, I can't really give a lot of feedback when something is a production-ready shot because it's been supervised. You had leads, you had supervisors. What else am I going to say? I wasn't there. I have no idea what struggles you had on production. So, I can't really judge something that has been delivered, especially because it's a famous film. It's been delivered, broadcasted. Everyone is happy with it. So who am I to say anything? Okay, so going back to this thing. And then we have the skate. So it says Fire Sparks Comp main idea. The idea is really awesome. It's a shame the animation is a bit off. I know it's not your problem, the animation, but would have been nice if you would have gotten maybe an animator, because it's very robotic the way that this person is moving his arms and jumping. It just needed a bit more animation love. But I know it's not your department, but maybe always get a friend that could animate with you. I really like this. This is a really neat idea, and I can't believe it actually happened for real. And you put in the thing now, because you put the reference there, you are screwed now, because the references are so different from your fire. The main thing you need to apologies. The main thing you need to see here, I'm going to zoom in so we can see. As the wind affects the fire, you can see that it starts with the very much blue, hot fire on the front of the skate. And then it displaces itself to the more yellowish fire that we know. And it's a quite long flame that travels through the skate. And you can even see it here as he goes through, you see? It's a really long flame that is actually flaming more the legs than anything else at the end. And as he hits the thing, it really goes on with the fire. It overexposes. And then it has this thing of blue going through. So when I look at your version, I think you're missing a trick here, because your fire is all constant. You need to have also the wind resistance happening with the skate. And so as he goes through here, you need to have more blue on the beginning, and then it has larger flames going all the way back, just like your reference. So it matches the reference a bit more. If you didn't show me the reference, I would have believed that it would have been like this. But because you did the mistake of, not a mistake, but because you showed me the reference, now I can't not see it. And also when it hits the fire itself, I think you went too soft here. It needs to really boom, like the fire goes really, really high up. It goes more overexposed as well. As you can see on your own reference, you see this. This is what you're missing. You're missing the really overexposed whiteness, the first blow of the fire. And again, you're missing I think it would have been much nicer if it was a much longer flame, starting with blue all the way to yellow. Would have been a more realistic flame, traveling in the wind, I think. Yeah, Boy Fruit has a really good point on Twitch. This shot here, I agree with you, Boy Fruit. It would have been nice if it had more stuff. Like I said, the actual wrecking ball machine would have been nice to see the arm and see the basically the ropes that are attached to the wrecking ball would have been nice. And since you're at it, why not have also dynamics of when it hits the floor? Like, it looks like this is very sandy, the floor. So I would assume that as the wood hits this floor, it would have affected the sand in this area on the floor here. So since you went to the purpose of doing all of this, I would have assumed, why not do the rest? Why not do everything and put the wrecking ball, putting the ropes of the wrecking ball, and make dynamics of the floor getting hit as well, and making it more dusty since it looks like it's sand. So if it's sand, it would have lifted up more sand as well as it hits. So I completely agree with Boy Fruit. Just make the whole thing. Go for it. Go all in. Just make it happen, Yeah. Mikael has the same kind of points. When initial ignition spreads out the ground blue wave, it's usually less distorted and looks more smooth. I agree with you. Mikael also says the first bright burst happens because over the fuel there is some vapor accumulated and then ignites violently. That's exactly what happens on the reference, Mikael, and that's what I was talking about. I think, unfortunately, because you put a reference there, now everyone is looking at the reference. Where is that? That's the main problem you have to deal with there. So yeah, so Pablo, I think from everything I saw here, I think the first shot has some adjustments you need to do. Why not also make it rendered and textured? That would have been nice. Again, I like your breakdowns. These are really nice. The water just needs some moss and some more texturing and detail on the rocks. That would be nice. I think you did a really good job. This, I think, is fine. Just make sure you have more samples on the smoke and make sure you don't have the defocusing wrong on certain parts of the shot. This is really your worst shot. I don't believe this shot should be here unless you can fix it. I think this really brings down your showreel. It is the shot that has more mistakes and more problems, and either you fix it or I would remove it and put something else. And then this one, go all in. I think you should finish everything. And then this shot is your second worst shot. You need to fix all these things and make sure your references match. I'm not going to tell you not to put the references. I think it's really nice that you put the references, but if you put the references, I don't think you should remove them. I just think you should match the references. Otherwise, why are you showing the references? And I do think it should be like the reference because that's what really happens. So yeah. Congratulations, Pablo. I don't think you were here on the stream, but if you're watching this on VOD, just leave a comment on the YouTube page. Or if you want to contact me, you can contact me on Discord or contact me on social media. And yeah, you're always welcome to come back. Please, when you finish these short shots, send it over again. I would love to see the progress, and I would love to see how it looks in the next phase, on the second iteration. It would be lovely to see. So thank you so much. Okay, cool. So we've done 2. That's great. We're in a good momentum here. Let's see if we can keep it up. So another one butts to that. So I don't know if depends on how long it takes. I'm not sure if I'm going to do 1 more or if I'll do 2 more. So next up will be Suva Hazra, and then maybe Anton Jasper, maybe as well, if I have the time. We're going to do a break now, as we usually do, and the break is really for you to stretch your legs, go to the bathroom, drink some water. We have a responsible stream here. While we're doing the break, as usual, we are going to be seeing, like I always do, I'm going to be showcasing my trailer for my Nuke course. I'll be showcasing some of the BenQ products as well. And of course, as well, I'll be showcasing my wife's book. So if you love good food, if you like cooking, please have a look at her book. My wife's book is really good, and I'm not saying that just because she's my wife, but it's a wonderful book with a lot of recipes, a lot of ideas for you to try, mostly Mediterranean inspired recipes, and it's always good to contribute and help a fellow content creator. You know, my wife has a YouTube channel called Reading Recipes for All as well, and maybe have a look. And this book is available on all Amazon shops all over the world. So you can buy it on paperback, you can buy it on hardcover, or you can buy it on Kindle. Now the link I've put on the chat, that's for the UK store, but you can buy it anywhere in the world. So support fellow creators. Now let's do the break. 10 minutes. I'll put a timer, and I'll see you all very soon. In the meantime, I'll be back. I'll put the timer, so if you want to time it off as well, you can do. So I'll see you very soon for some more Showreel reviews.
Hello everyone! I'm super excited to give you a glimpse of my first cookbook, Green Recipes for All, featuring over 50 dishes inspired by amazing Mediterranean food. Inside, you can find recipes made with a variety of fresh, healthy, and versatile ingredients and popular plant-based products. These are great choices whether you already follow a plant-based diet or simply wish to cook a few weekly meat-free meals to reduce your overall meat consumption. In the book, you'll find a wide range of new and exclusive recipes, from soups and big salads to main courses and desserts, as well as some of the most popular recipes here on my channel, such as the perfectly cooked non-stick rice or the tabbouleh-style bulgur and mixed bean salad. Not forgetting a new version of the delicious tofu chocolate mousse. So, if you'd like to have a look at my book and try some of the recipes, just visit any Amazon marketplace and order a copy, which is available in hardcover, paperback or digital formats. Hope you enjoyed the book, have fun cooking, and see you next time.
Are you interested in learning compositing? My Nuke course is currently 50% off. Join today to have access to 150 pre-recorded classes, 50 hours of training, using real production assets covering industry standard techniques with over 200 gigs of showreel material and access to a private Discord channel with over 2,300 students. This course is endorsed by Foundry and has access to a Foundry student license paid separately. Join today at hugosdesk.myshopify.com.
Befores and Afters magazine is the monthly print mag from VFX journalist Ian Fales. Go in-depth on key visual effects topics with major VFX supervisors, artists and studios. Each issue covers a different area like creature animation, miniatures, on-set VFX and VFX tools. Find your copy at beforesandafters.com/magazine.
Okay, I am back. Thank you so much. Oh, just stopping this video here. Thank you so much for still being here. And thank you so much. And we are having a lovely afternoon with some showreels and some reviews. I am going to... It's really, really hot in London. It's so warm. It's incredible how warm it is. So, but yeah, welcome. Thank you so much for everyone that is watching on Twitch. Everyone is watching on YouTube as well. Thank you so much for being here. I'm going to open my green cola because it's so hot here. Now, they are not a sponsor, okay? I keep saying this all the time, but I really like their cola. If you want a cola that doesn't have any acids that will break up the enamel on your teeth, do give them a go. They are really good and tasty. I know they exist in a lot of countries, so not sure where, of course, but I buy them on the UK. Jesus, this is so cold. Oh my God. Yeah, they basically I buy them on Amazon. Yeah. Anna keeps telling me, why don't you contact him? I know, I should. I think by now I've opened probably 100 cans of green cola during the streams. Probably should contact them at some point. I know, I'm a terrible businessman. I should be contacting brands all the time, and I don't. Even BenQ I didn't contact BenQ. BenQ contacted me. So I was doing a festival. I was doing a presentation, a keynote presentation. Then they came to me at the end of the presentation, asking me if they could sponsor my channel. I had no idea. I am so bad at this. I'm so bad at this. Anyway, doesn't matter. I need to show you something so cool. Man, this is so awesome. I'm really, really enjoying this entire thing with Artemis and NASA. So I don't know if you guys saw that, but there was a Nutella jar flying and floating in space in the middle of the mission. So this must be the best product placement ever made, I think. This is so cool. Just look at it.
Reed Wiseman and Jeremy Hansen will be up first to capture imagery and record audio on the portable...
And then, of course, Nutella, being Nutella, they actually made this. Look at that. Houston, we have Nutella in space. Now enjoy it in space. Man, I love Nutella. So the only thing I would say is that it's a shame that they're not using the vegan one. I must say the vegan Nutella is so good. It's so good. I actually think it's better than the Nutella in the normal Nutella. Man, look at the trending nuclear. Man, it's such a shame that we are not that we are having a war right now. I can't. It's such a bad thing that this entire thing is happening. I can't believe the U.S. president is doing what he's doing. It's unbelievably silly and stupid, and I don't even have words to describe it. But we should be celebrating the accomplishments of humanity in space, and I just don't understand. And we should all be looking at photos like this, like in incredible pictures that have been taken yesterday by the team at Artemis, and really realize that we are one single humanity in one single world. There's no boundaries, there's no borders, there's no countries. Everything is the same, we're all the same. But no, we have to have war, and we have to have these silly presidents and silly old men trying to have power, and I don't know what he's trying to prove. It's so ridiculous. Anyway, I don't want to talk about that. I'm just going to be annoyed, and I'm going to be upset. I don't want to be upset. It already upsets me as it is. So let's just move on. Let's talk about something nicer, because I can't even think about this. And hey, the world is going to end anyway. At least, thank you so much for joining me, and we at least had a nice ride until now. Anyway. You're right, Boyfruit. Sticky enough to be used in low gravity. Yes, exactly. The vegan one is not. The vegan is much more liquid. So that one most likely would be a problem, I think. So maybe that's why I didn't use the vegan one. Anyway, let's just jump into the next showreel. So next up, again, I don't know if they are here or not. But next up, I'll put it on the screen. We have, there we go, Suva Hazra. I think that's how I pronounce his name. Suva Hazra. And if they are here, one thing I must say, Suva, are you sure it's Gamel? Isn't it Gmail? So be careful. Or is this like another type of email? Maybe this email exists. I don't know. I've never heard of as gamel.com, but maybe it was supposed to be Gmail, or maybe it's something else. Maybe someone on the chat can tell me that that's a provider of email. Maybe it is. But be aware that if there's a mistake there, people won't find you. So if that happened, I'm just saying this. Man, I'm sorry about the assumption. I'm saying this because in the past I've done this. I've written Gmail by mistake because, fat fingers, my fat fingers here, and they just like claw into the keyboard, and then I can't because just look at it. I mean, look at my fingers. they're so much larger than my keyboard. I mean, I just like this is not gonna work, right? I hit the wrong keys all the time. So, anyway, okay. Sometimes you make your slides at 4 a.m. Oh man. As an American, it sucks me American right now. Oh man, I'm sorry to say that. Sorry to say, but it has nothing to do with you, my friend. You're not on fault here. It's really just, it's just everything is from Donald Trump. He's the one doing this, not you. No one American. There's so many Americans that are so nice and such wonderful people. So it's not like the country itself is never to blame for what's happening. The same way Iran also has a lot of problems, and the people of Iran have nothing to do with this. A lot of really good people in Iran as well. So there's bad people on every country and on every place of the world. So don't feel bad, my friend. Don't feel bad. I'm sure things will change and move on and go to the best. I hope so. I really hope so. Anyway, let's carry on. Let's watch his showreel, and if they are here, just let me know, because you can jump into the call if you are here. So Suva, if you're here, just give me a holler on the chat, and you can join me on Google Meet. Okay. In the meantime, let's watch their showreel. And again, like I said, I'm going to put the sound just for once. And if I get demonetized, I'll just remove the audio of this later on YouTube. So you'll be the only ones listening to the music, most likely. Man, that's a really hardcore showreel. Damn, that hits strong. Look at that. The music is so epic. That is nice, man. I'm enjoying showing the showreels with music. It's nice. That is on fire, my friend. I don't think they're here. They haven't said that. Yeah, you're absolutely right, Mikhail. People in government are not the same. I don't agree with everything the UK does as well, and I live here, and I love the UK, but I don't love its government all the time, and I don't agree with the government in Portugal sometimes as well. Governments are one thing and people are others, and so many innocent people in the middle of all these conflicts, which is the most worst thing that you can see. All the innocent people in Iran dying, even the some troops in the United States are dying as well because of this silly war. So this definitely, the governments are to blame here, not people at all. Just want to make sure people understand that. Yeah, it's really nice, and the music is insane. Yes, I'm not sure if I'm going to be demonetized or not. We'll see. There's a lot of shots here, so this is going to take a while. Yeah, they don't say anything, so I'm assuming they're not here. I don't know which country it is either. So I don't know. Someone is saying that is missing the country code. So yeah, you're right. Like, I don't know which country it would be. But we can find out. Let's search on LinkedIn. There's always Google, right? There's always Google. Google is always there. Okay, so if it opens up, come on, man. Okay, so let's see if they are here, actually. Okay, so Suva Hazra, do they show up on LinkedIn? It would be maybe this one, maybe? Could it be this one? Aspiring compositor. I'm not entirely sure if it is, though. That's the thing. I mean, maybe it is. It doesn't have any show reels or anything here. So yeah. So I don't know. I have no idea. I'll connect and see if it's them or not. I'm not entirely sure. Maybe it is. It's the only name that shows up with this name. So, but there's nothing here, no information. So I have no idea where they're from or anything. They started compositing in 2024, so not a long time ago. So if it is this person, it's junior. We'll see. Anyway, 6'2" is Indonesia, but it's too short for the whole number. Okay, 6'2" is Indonesia. Okay, too short. Okay, well, we'll find out at some point if I find out. Let's go through the show reel. Okay, CG integration, rotoscoping, set extension. I'm not sure if that's that person that I showed on LinkedIn. It might not be, because a lot of the work that we see here is not basically junior work, but that's the only person with that name from all the results here. You see, no one else shows up with that name. There's here from Auto Technologies. That wouldn't be them. There's a supervisor here. I'm not sure if it's that person. Maybe it could be, but supervisor of what? I don't know. It doesn't say VFX supervision, so just say supervisor. Budge company. I'm not sure if it's that. So yeah, it could be a lot of different people. So I'm not entirely sure if it is that person that I just saw. Doesn't really matter. We good. I'm not entirely sure if it's a junior. So anyway, we're gonna judge the show reel as it is. So CG integration, rotoscoping, set extension, color correction. So yeah, this is really well made. Like, I think that it's really, really well accomplished. So basically, this is the original plate, as I assume. The original plate is here. It's a really high quality plate as well. So maybe this is a production. Could be a production, or I'm not entirely sure. Now, as we go through here, let's go through the breakdown. That's the rock, and then the final. Not entirely sure you need to show the interface of the CG. That's the thing that I would say it's not necessary, because your shot looks so good. I don't think you need to show this. This is too ugly. I mean, I wouldn't put this in. You are a compositor. That's what it says here. So you don't need to show me 3D or show me where you've made the 3D. I understand that it's 3D. It doesn't really matter. And even if you show it, then don't show it this way with the interface chopped up and everything. It just looks a bit strange, and I think it's unnecessary. Now, I definitely think you did a really good job with the roto-in keying. It's a little bit soft on the hair, but it's definitely missing light wrap. Light wrapping is missing, since the background is very bright, and so it would affect the edges, and some light wrapping would come in on top of the person for sure. So I'm missing that. I can kind of see that there's like some black edges here going around there. So there's also, like, you see that some pixels and leftover pieces of the key on the pouch here. You can even see lines and everything. So there's some problems on the roto. Also, the hair is a bit too soft. It needs to be more semi-transparent, because the hair would never be... Oh, actually, this is a good example. You see? You always have leftover of hair everywhere, and we don't have this on this shot here. So light wrapping, and also his nose is a bit chopped. So you need to be careful with the rotoscoping. The CG is really well integrated and really nice. The lighting is really subtle, which is really nice. It's really just the light wrapping. So this shot is really well accomplished. I just think there's just a few little things, little niddles that need to be. Okay, so actually they're here. You're from India. Okay. So can I ask you if it was that you, the one that the person that I said on LinkedIn, was that actually you, or maybe it wasn't you? Is this you? Maybe not. Maybe it is not. I don't know. I can't see. The thumbnail is so tiny. Maybe it is not you. Maybe it's the other supervisor. It doesn't really matter. I don't think it has the link on the... Do you have the LinkedIn thing here? No, you don't. You just have your name. Suva. Okay, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. I was just curious to see if it was you or not. It's you? Okay, cool. I've just connected to you on... so I can see here that you just started in 2014. So if you only started in 2014, congratulations. Your show really was really good for someone that just started 2 years ago. It's remarkable how good it is for someone that started 2 years ago. So congratulations, my friend. And that's not a problem if you can't join. It's not a problem. If you can't join on the call, that's not a problem at all. That's why I've changed the format, because a lot of people couldn't come in, and this was always a problem. And so I just stopped doing this. And if someone wants to come in, they can come in. Like on the first stream we did, 3 people came in. So it's not a problem. You say, I was on the studio working when I got this really weird shot to composite. I had to replace the entire table during the fight scene, and honestly, it was super challenging. There's no proper tracking markers, and even the color quality wasn't so great, so it got pretty frustrating. So yeah, sorry, 2024, isn't it? Is that? Sorry, maybe I mispronounced. 2000. Yeah, 24. You see, so that's the education 2024. So I'm assuming they started in 2024. So that would be 2 years ago. That's what LinkedIn said. So I said 2014. Sorry about that. Yeah, 2024. Yeah, recently I've completed my comp course. Okay, cool. I've decided to take a short break and watch your stream to lift my mood and get some motivation. Thanks for saying that, Shake. Thank you for saying that. I hope I can give you some motivation. I hope so. Sometimes I'm a bit down as well myself. So don't get you down, my friend. Yeah. Whenever you get down, just go and watch the wonderful photos that the Artemis team is doing on Nadza. Those are beautiful photos, and I think they lift anyone's spirit for sure. Or eat some Nutella. That also works. So yeah, so this shot has those problems. Really like your breakdown. I don't believe you need the CG though, like I said. Let's move on to the next one. Next shot here. Oh, I just remembered now. Have I said... Yeah, maybe I should put that on... I just completely forgot to mention that we do have a giveaway at the end. So that's the link for the giveaway. Don't forget that. My Nuke Courses for a giveaway at the end. And I did forget to put the goal. Like I said, I'm such a terrible businessman. I'm such a terrible businessman. So I forgot. I was supposed to put a goal for this, but now it's way too late. I'll put the goal anyway. I will do another giveaway. So if I get this goal, which is, we're only going to be here for another half an hour, so I'll just start the goal here now. And if we get the goal, I'll do a second giveaway. If we don't get it, that's not a problem. I'll go do the giveaway anyway. So I'll put the goal. I did this last time, and it was really nice. We managed to get it. So I'll put it again. So I put it with 5. The minimum is 5, so I can't put less than 5. I wanted to put 3, but it's 5. So yes, terrible businessman, but a good compositing supervisor. Thank you so much for saying that, Ray. Yes. Hey, I can't do everything, right? I wish I was good at everything, but I can't. Okay, so next shot here. Now, this shot stays on your show reel for a long, long, long time. But it's really, really nice as well. So, the guy is really... I love the cross has like a green green bar. That's awesome. He has like the green stick is holding the cross. And then the guy just holds that there. Rotoscoping is nice, although I think I know that you've done the hair by hand, strain by strain, which is incredible, but it does need more probably. But I think you fixed it at the end, didn't you? Because I saw it on the comp, and it's fine because you're only really covering the stick. Really, that's the only thing you're trying to do really here. I don't believe you're trying to do much more, and I can see the recovery of the hair there as well. So this is really well made. Very good work. What is this, by the way? Is this like a TV show that you worked on, or is it like a plate you got from the net, or what is this? It doesn't say what it is. That's why I'm asking. It's really well made. I think you did a great job. The breakdown is really nice as well. It's really nice, the breakdown of showing the cleanup and showing the roto and showing how the cross is actually completely cleaned up. It's really well accomplished. Well done, my friend. Well done. And so, and I like the way you're breaking down everything, which is really nice. I don't really see any problems. You only had to rotoscope just enough to cover the motion blurred stick that goes across. And it's only really a problem from these frames. It's only 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Yeah, it's only 10 frames. So it's not another 5 or 6 at the end there. So it's like 15 frames or something like that. So, and I think you did a good job with that. You didn't really need to roto the whole thing, but I understand that you're probably doing it just for the show reel. It's a plate from the internet. Okay, well done. Now this here, it's a bit confusing. Did you work on James Bond? I don't think you did you? So be aware of this. Like, this is a bit awkward because you're showcasing. You removed Daniel Craig from the plate, but this shot is not yours, and it's a film, a very well-known film. As much as I like what you've done, I'm not sure I'm entirely happy with this. Like, I don't think I would, especially if you're sending the showreel over to a company, and if it's a company that actually did this shot, I'm not entirely sure they would be very happy to see this shot on their showreel, because the shot is not yours. It's a film, a famous film. Be careful with these things. I don't think you should take it out, but just be aware that maybe you should write down on the text there that this is just for personal work, or you should write test only, or experiment. You should write something explaining that this is not your work. Because some people might get the wrong idea when some recruitment might think that you actually worked on this film. Not that they've removed Daniel Craig from the movie, but you never know. Maybe they've cleaned up things behind him. So just maybe write that. Practice work. I think that would be a good idea to write it. Don't get any way that there's a misunderstanding that could lead for you to not get a job. So, having said that, I think you did an okay job. It moves a little bit. So first of all, you can see the softness. So you need to be careful with this. So you see, as you remove Daniel Craig, notice here, I'm going to zoom in. So you see how sharp that window is and how soft this one is. Notice how these two windows are super soft and that one is not. Almost looks like you have blurring happening on this area here. Now, I know exactly why this happened. If this is a projection system inside of Nuke, often a lot of people project in Nuke and forget that they're projecting into the resolution of the scanline renderer. Now, the problem with that is that imagine if you're using a comp which is HD and your projection system is projected, which is stretching the pixels and filtering the pixels, and then if you render on the scanline renderer in HD as well, you're basically going to get two filtering. You basically have one filtering, which is the projection. That's one filtering. And then you have a second filtering, which is the scanline render. And if you pick the wrong filter, you'll get blur and blur and more and more and more blur. So the trick here, and I talk about this on my Nuke course, and I also talk about on the streams all the time, the trick here is to output from the scanline render more resolution than you need. So for example, for this thing, I would say that if you have an HD plate being projected and you're making an HD comp, I would say that maybe try to project on the scanline render for 4K, and then you can downscale it, and then it will be sharp. And to do that, you need to either change the scanline render individually resolution, or you just pipe a reformat node set to 4K into the background input of the scanline render. That would work, you know. So basically, you're basically losing resolution because of the double filtering. So just up the filtering by outputting the scanline render with more render. And maybe try Nuke 17. Nuke 17 has a much better scanline render as well. Okay, moving on. Yes, and Boyfruit has a really good point. Lanka's filtering could help, but I don't think it will help enough here. I think this is too blurred. Look at it. It's like almost twice as blurred. I think it's way too much for Lanka's Lanka's actually to help here. You can try, but scaling up the scanline will help you to produce more pixels out of the projection. And then, of course, you hit the wall because, of course, the projection system will only do as much pixels as it can from the original projection. So, obviously, the trick here is to project in 4K, output 4K, and then comp in HD, so you have more and more resolution. But the amount of resolution really is not really a given. It's not 4K. It could be only 2K and a half or 3K. You need to experiment to see how much you need, really. Maybe 3K would be enough, just as much as you need. But this is why in professional work, we don't comp in the original format that was given to us. Like, we usually deliver, let's say we deliver in 4K, usually the plates are 6K or 8K. So we have extra resolution because of these filtering problems. It's very rare that we comp with the same resolution of the input footage, because you'll lose resolution. Like, imagine if you shoot in 4K and you deliver in 4K, that's going to be a problem because you're going to filter the shot so much. That's often the case that we render, like on the last Zeiss commercial I directed, we shot 8K and delivered in 4K. So we had more than enough filtering and resolution to do whatever we wanted to the plates. Okay, wire removal sequence paint. So again, I don't know if this is personal work or professional work. It would be nice if you can do that, if you can write personal work or practice work whenever it is not. So let's see here. So I don't want to be the person saying this, but I think you did a good job with the wires. But you must know that when we do these kind of projects on a film, you would also have to remove the harness, because the harness shouldn't be there. The harness is to hook up the cables, but if you remove the cables, why does she have a harness? You see what I mean? So I know it's a lot of work to remove the harness, but it doesn't make any sense for it to be there. So it's probably fine. Don't think much about it. So, you know. Yeah, I do think you did a good job. It's very blurry anyway, so it's very blurry and very compressed, the original footage. So I can't really tell if it's a good job done or not. It's very hard to tell. But you know, like, maybe it is. It's really hard to tell, to be honest. Okay, love CG integration, match move, match lighting and color, add shadow. I don't think you need to say all these things. You don't need to say match lighting and color, add shadow. Those are not necessary. You can just say CG compositing, or you can say live CG integration or compositing, and then match moving or tracking, 3D tracking. So I don't believe you need to write all this down. You can say less. Okay. So you basically you tracked it. It looks quite nice. Again, you don't need to show the interface. I don't think you need to show the interface at all. Again, the plate it's really compressed, but it looks good to me. I think you did a good job. But it's very compressed, so it's hard to tell if it's working or not. It looks like it slides a bit, but maybe I'm wrong. Wait a minute. I need to like put the controller here closer. I need to like look at it bigger to see if it slides. Yeah, it slides ever so slightly. It floats a bit, so you need to be careful with it floating. Also, the other thing as well that is missing is notice how all of the bottom of the container of the gas container, it's all basically covered by this. You know, like there's all of them that come in and come out, and it's basically the underneath the bottom of the gas container is like covered. And yours is not. Like, you should have, first of all, it shouldn't float, because this contact shadow is making it look like it's floating. It also, this is grass, so it would move downwards. So basically you should see the grass being smashed, should be moving downwards, and it should have no contact shadow, because basically this little piece of metal will actually become digged into the ground because of the weight. These are really weight. These are really heavy. I mean, it says here 15.6 kilograms. So you need to go deeper into the ground with it, so that it would basically, the grass would cover maybe where I have my mouse here now, and then maybe a little piece of these white pieces and little pieces of dry grass, they would kind of like go over it, just like you do with these ones here. All of them are like that, see? They're all embedded into the floor, so that's missing. You know, that's missing. So you need to like merge it into the floor. You know. Ray did it says, I learned quite a bit of 3D equalizer. Used it a couple of projects. Should I add more? Should I add some shots in my reel as a composer, not a composer? You're not doing music. As a composer, or just add at the and like an additional skill. If you have 3D tracking, I think you should put it in. Why not? If it's nice shots, put it in. I mean, 3D tracking is very common for compositors. Compositors do 3D tracking all the time, so I think it's a good idea to put it in for sure. Okay, so add 2D zombie scar color correction. Okay, so 2D zombies. So you mean like, you say 2D zombie? Is it because it's a piece of footage? Because it doesn't look like a 2D graphic. So I'm not sure. You could just say add zombie. You don't need to say 2D zombie. I think you did a good job. Although it is a bit weird that these people are just hanging around here. Are they zombies as well? Or are they not gonna run away with that zombie? Where's the plate? The original plate. Oh, maybe they're zombies as well. Yeah, it could be. This is definitely a zombie, but this person didn't look like a zombie. Yeah, very good integration with the zombie back there. Then you put some scars, well integrated as well, and some veins as well. It slides ever so slightly, the scar. Kind of looks like it's moving around a little bit, because if you zoom in here, you see if I look at it really big, looks to me like it's sliding ever so slightly. But it's only a few pixels, not much. The big thing is the jump, you know, because it kind of jumps a little bit. You always have to look at the distance between all the elements around to make sure it's not jumping or moving. It looks like it's moving up and down a few pixels, so be careful with that. Oh, sorry, I went too far. I forgot the wheel of the mouse actually scrubs the footage. I forgot that. And then the blood, was it the blood already there? Yeah, it was already there. Yeah, so Mikael says, scarring on the forehead, mismatched lighting, it's too flat on the forehead. Yeah, you're probably right, but I think it's okay. I mean, I'm more worried about the tracking. And then the muscle guy here, add tattoo using Smart Vector. You can just say Smart Vector tattoo or something, whatever. You can write. You can always put more stuff. Yeah, Robbie says 2D scar is problematic. It's hard to match if I have different shot, different angle. Yeah. Yes, absolutely. Mikael has a really good point. That's the strategy you should always do. You should stabilize a complete plate and then comp it in and then apply the stabilization, reverse the stabilization. By stabilizing the plate completely on that area will be the only way you are going to be sure if there's any floating whatsoever. That's the only way for you to find out. So now the muscle guy here is well accomplished, I think. Although there's a couple of things that I would say. First of all, I would never believe that he would be tattooed like this. So I don't believe that he would be tattooed on this side. The tattoo would go all the way to the nipple, but then on this side it would cover the nipple. First of all, the nipple wouldn't be tattooed like that. It wouldn't really pick up the ink. Either you have to have different ink for the nipple, or the tattoo artist really made a huge mistake, because why would he cover one nipple and not the other nipple? So that's problem number one. Problem number two as well is the belly button covering as well. So again, the tattoo artist did a remarkable job putting the tattoo, but as you can see, the tattoo is sliding over the belly button. So it's not completely attached to where it should be. So you need to be careful with this. I would recommend you to make the tattoo smaller so that you have no nipple cover with the tattoo, and also be careful with the belly button as well. It just makes it very fake, and I would never believe that. And the other thing as well is the tattoo is too sharp. There is no tattoo in the world that would look this sharp, and most likely, and especially if you look at the texture and you look at his skin, the skin is much more softer, and so the lines, the outlines of the tattoo should be also broken up. I'll show you what I mean. Hope I don't get inundated by tattoo chest. I hope I don't get inundated by tattoos with AI. I hope not. Let's see a similar tattoo. Well, yeah, so look, I know it's not the same, but looking at tattoos, if you start looking at tattoos, let's find something that is a bit more. Yeah, so have a look at this. I know it's smaller, but first of all, tattoos, as you can see, they are not perfect. You see, the outline line gets blurrier and sharp and basically gets merged into the skin. And then you get reflective surfaces into it. You see how it picks up the reflections of the light? Your tattoo is semi-transparent. It's very strange. Tattoos usually are not semi-transparent. That's the other problem. Most tattoos are very dark or very defined. You see, as you can see here. I mean, it's hard to find a tattoo that looks like that one. But even this, you see how defined it is? It's never semi-transparent. So you need to make it look like skin. You need to make it look like it has texture. It's missing tattoo texture. It's missing thickness, and it's missing reflectiveness. So it's missing a lot of things. Oh, okay. That's a good point. Tattoo tribal. Okay, tribal tattoo. Well, not that one, I guess. Yeah, but I think we already reached what we need to like. Okay, well, this one is probably a good example, matching that kind of look. You see there? It's a similar type of tattoo. And notice how the black is full. And it's blacker over here, it's less black there. Not only it picks up reflection, but it picks up lighting. So your tattoo needs to be not semi-transparent, and it needs to pick up reflection. It needs to be smaller so it doesn't hit the nipple. And it just needs to match more a real tattoo. That would be what I would say. Not just the tribal thing, but the Joker one as well. I think the Joker one would also be the same thing. Joker... Well, maybe not that one. The Joker, there's no one with that. Well, this guy has a similar tattoo. It's very pixelated, but you see, that's not a good example because it's too pixelated. That's not real. Yeah, this is the problem when I watch things on Google. There's so much crap now, which is really difficult for you to find real stuff, you know. Oh man, I hate Google now. Google is so bad. Anyway, I think it's fine. We will gonna carry on because I think you got the picture. All good. He mixed the black ink with some alpha textures. That's why it's transparent. Get the tattoo as alpha, color grade the skin. Yes, absolutely. Plus adding some high-pass skin texture on the tattoo itself would be good. Absolutely right. That's a wonderful idea. That's exactly what it needs to have. Apart from that, it slides ever so slightly, so it needs some work as well. So although smart vectors were used, they are not that smart sometimes. So you need to be careful with that. But good intent, my friend. Okay, face replacement using Mocha Mesh Track. Let's have a look here. I think it's a good thing. I mean, it's missing. I wish it matched more. I wish it matched more the texture because the paper itself, you see these lines from the bad printing from the copier. I'm kind of missing that on your print. It misses the lack of, like, when you have these lines which are really damaged from the copying. The other thing as well, I don't want to be that guy, but definitely this guy is not 11 years old. So be careful, because you're now saying that you're 11 years old and you are 145 centimeters high and you have 45 kilos. And yeah, and then you have curly dark brown hair. None of those things are true. So you would have to replace all of this. You would have to replace the age, the height, the weight, the curly dark brown, and also all of it here as well. And also red hat. You don't have a red hat. Well, they don't have a red hat there as well. But just be careful that the text is wrong. So just be aware of that. Puberty hits hard on some people, yes. Oh, man. That is cool, man. There's no red hat, no. The kid doesn't have a red hat either, so. Well done, my friend. But hey, attention to detail. That's what composites are. Okay, so eyeball tracking, you put too much text, my friend. You don't need so much description, you know. You just say compositing. That's it. You don't need to like say eyeball tracking, add 2D eyeball, add glow and none of this is important. Just say compositing. You can just say compositing of the eyes or whatever. And I think you did a good job. I like them a lot. There's really nice rotoscoping, nice inner glow that you put in, some nice flares. I like that the glow is inside the skin as well. You can see you faked some scattering, which is nice. I think you did a really good job there. And then the flare. This is a really nice accomplished shot. Yeah, good job. The only thing I would say, let me just go back here. The only thing I would say is, where is it? Yeah, so notice how sharp this is. So this is super sharp. You can see the reflection. You can see the eyebrows, the eyelashes and everything. Super sharp. And I think at some point the eyes are correct. So see, that sharp level is good. And then that sharp level is good. Then you went too far. So that's still good. Okay. But then you went with too much blur. So I think this sharpness level, I like the glow, but the sharpness level should be one step before. So that looks more realistic than that. That's too much blur. So maybe cut that by half, the blur. It's way too much with the blur. Yeah. So, yeah. Do you have some veins as well, I think? Oh, yeah, you added some veins. That's a nice touch. Yeah, I like the veins as well. So, yeah, good job. Really good job. Okay, chroma key, set extension, add dust, color correction. Okay, so compositing, you mean? Okay. Yeah, so this is really nice. I'm assuming this is a plate you got from the internet as well. Again, you should, if it is, you should write that down. Oh, yeah, you're right, Mikhail. Eyelashes are missing. Absolutely. I've missed that. Sorry. Eyelashes are definitely missing. The ones that used to be there are now gone. They are not there anymore. So you're missing some of the eyelashes. You need to recover them back. So again, I would love to know if this is a real production shot, if this is a practice shot, or if it's a personal shot. I'm assuming it's a practice shot, but be careful with that because you need to say that to people. Okay, so let's see here. I think you did a good job. There's some problems here. So you see there's a black outline around this dude here and a black outline on a scarf. I think there's also a black outline there as well on this guy. So overall, I believe it looks to me like the one on the front there. This guy also has a black line. You see that? All that, the black outline. That's a problem as well. So you need to be careful with these things because I think you have, yeah, some pre-multiplication problems or maybe some edge problems going on there. Apart from that, the shot looks really nice. I think it's just the edges that is a problem. The other thing as well that I would say is that I think the dunes on the back there, they're too sharp because these guys are quite blurred already. So if I look at the original plate, you see, it's already quite blurred on the green screen, and then it should have been even a little bit, tad little more blurred on the back there, on the dunes really on the back there. And Ray has a point. Color smur node would be a nice touch. Okay, again, chroma key, marker removal, background, screen replacement, color correction. Compositing then. Again, is this a personal project or is it a practice project? We need to know. So, good job with the tracking markers. I think, let's see here. You did a good job with the hair. I like that. And I think you did a good job with the background comp. Let me just go a bit back. I can see your hair is really soft keyed, but you're very lucky because your background helps you with this. So, yeah. The only thing I would say is, where's the original? Let's see how it look. Oh, we don't see the original. Oh no, here it is. No, never mind what I said. I was gonna say about the blur, but I think you did a good job because it matches the plate underneath there, so that's fine. The only thing I would say when I look at this background is that it looks to me like this is it should be sharper here and more defocused there. So the defocus level here is good, but this area here should be a little bit sharper because there should be some depth to it. I think that would work better. You know. Okay, and then. Is this the last shot? Yes, it is. Really epic shot. Matte painting. A lot of rocks there. Well integrated. Some nice debris, nice explosion. You don't say what you've done, so I'm not sure. Did you do the explosion, or is it a simulation? Is it an element? You wrote everything down on all the shots, but then you didn't write anything here. So you're not saying anything on the chat, so I'm assuming you're not here anymore. You were here before, but the last time you spoke was at... Yeah, it was like 25 minutes ago. So you haven't said anything for 25 minutes, so I'm not sure if you're still here. So, yeah. I would love to know more about how this was made. It looks okay to me. I think you did a good job. I'm not entirely sure what this is. This little few rocks that explode there. Is that... what is that? Why is it happening? I just have a question about it. Is it all 2D as well, like the whole thing? I'm not entirely sure. So because you never do a breakdown of the explosion itself. So the explosion just shows up. So if it shows up like this, one frame at the other, I'm assuming that's a 2D element, or it's a stock explosion. It's a it's a plate. Okay, so it's a plate from stock, I guess, or something like that. It's all 2D. Okay, cool. Yeah, really well made. I think you did a really good job. Maybe it's a tad too blurred, I would say. Maybe you went a bit too far, because if I don't believe you need that little few rocks jumping on the front there. But if I was a DOP and I was filming this, I would definitely focus the volcano. I would have the volcano completely sharp, because that's the middle of the screen. It's the most important thing we're watching. So the volcano would definitely be sharp. So I think that's one thing that I would say. Yeah. Okay, cool. We're done. Look at that. Beautiful. So well done, Suva. You have some really good shots. I think, like I said, the first shot just needs some light wrapping and some tweaks on the key. Don't need the 3D interface. It just occupies time for your showreel anyway. It doesn't matter. No one cares. This one looks really nice. You did a good job with this. Don't really have much to say. This one is a bit dubious. You need to write something down about what it is really, if it's a test shot. And you need to like up the sampling so that you don't have blur on the projection. This is also good. If you could remove the harness, that would be amazing, but I don't think you could do that. It's because the shot is so pixelated and so low quality. It's very hard to get away with that. This needs the gas canister needs to be on the ground. It needs to be actually sinking into the grass and not floating. This looks to me that it's good. Maybe a few frames off of sliding. This needs a redo. You need to redo the texturing, rethink the way that it is being tracked, and rethink the way the tattoo looks. You need to change the text. That makes no sense that the text is still 11 years old. Like I said, this is all good. I think you went too far with the blur of the eye, and there's missing eyelashes on top. There's some roto problems with the black edges on some of the riders here. And then this just a little bit of less defocusing on the side here. And the volcano just needs to be in sharp. It needs to be focused. So all shots are good, but they all have little nitpicks. But again, really cool, man. I think your plate, like I said on the beginning, you only started 2 years ago. This is amazing. It's absolutely insane that you've accomplished this in 2 years. You're extremely talented. Don't give up. Just keep going, because someone that achieves this level of quality in 2 years, this is amazing. It's really good work. And I think it's incredible what you've achieved in just these since 2024. So don't give up. Tweak these things and go for it, man. Go for it. Because your showreel is really high quality, and if it had these little niggles fixed, it would be really good and really superior. And yeah, look at that, we're done. Okay, cool. So I think we will leave it for that for now. Reason being that it's already been 2 hours and a half. I'm a bit tired, I'll be honest. So I know we only did 3, but that's a common thing. So I just a little bit too tired to continue. These are exhausting for me because I'm doing the stream, reading the comments, but also really going into really complex detail. So, like, keep that in mind, that it is not as easy as everyone thinks. Okay. Before we do the giveaway, we didn't get any super chat, so I'll only do one giveaway this time, not two. So before we go, don't forget that the next one will only be on the 21st of April. So not doing one next week. It will be in 2 weeks from now. And then I'm at FMX, so it will be another 2 weeks until I come back. So next dates is 21st of April, 12th of May, 26th of May, 9th of June. If you have your Showreel, just send it to the link that I've already posted on the chat. And also it's on the description of all these videos. Those are the next dates for the Showreel reviews that are powered by BenQ Creative Pro. And thank you so much, BenQ, for all this. In the meantime, I'm going to do the giveaway. While we're doing the giveaway, don't forget that my course is currently 70% off, 75% off. The biggest discount that I've ever had. Yeah. Oh, okay. So you are... Oh, so could you do a last one, just one shot? But are you... Did you send it to the Dropbox link? Or did you just show up here? Because remember, I always do the showreels. It's only one shot breakdown. Were you the next one? What's your name? Tell me your next name. If it's only one shot, then I might do it, but you need to tell me your name so that I can check what is the order, because I don't want anyone complaining that I've skipped people. I'm doing them by the order I received the showreels. So keep that in mind. Did you send the showreel before? Did you send it? I'm checking now. What's your name for the showreel review? So I can check. No, I have it here. Well, I'm sorry, my friend. I can't really do that. It wouldn't be fair. It wouldn't be fair for the other people, because I've received 17 showreels so far, and by skipping other people, that I don't think that's fair. I'm so sorry to tell you this, but I need to keep it like I said and promised from the beginning. It is first come, first serve. It is by the order that the people send the showreels. So I do tell always on Patreon that I prioritize people on Patreon, but of course people still have to submit the showreel. So I do prioritize my Patreons. And I try my best to prioritize the people that support my course and support my Patreon and support the channel. But yeah, you should have. Are you a student of mine? Are you one of my students? Because I try to prioritize my students and I try to prioritize my Patreons, because those are of course people that I always try to help as much as I can, since they support my channel as a Patreon or as a member, and also if they're a student, they supported my channel by buying the course. Yeah, oh, thanks, Peter. I'll be doing yes, I have 3 presentations at FMX. I talked about this in the beginning of the stream. I'll share it again. So let's have a look here. So I'm basically doing 3 presentations. I'm doing one with Ian, yes, with the VFX Notes podcast, and I'm doing 2 with the Foundry. So I'm basically, it only says 2 here, but there's a third one. So I'm doing the VFX Notes podcast live. We're going to discuss what is the best VFX shot in history, and it's going to be an interactive session. So the audience will be taking part of this. We're going to try to discover which is the best shot ever, and we need the audience to help. Then we have a Nuke masterclass online, and then I have a keynote for the Foundry, but it's not here. It will be here at some point. I believe it's on Thursday, I think. Let's have a look. I think it's Thursday, the Nuke. Let's see here. Workshops. Houdini. No, it's not this one. Maybe it's Wednesday. Yeah, here you go. So yeah, you see the Cham Manhain Foundry Suite. All these suites sessions, you see session 1, session 2, session 3, session 4, 5, 6. I'm one of these sessions. I don't know which one. But basically the Foundry is doing the entire Wednesday. The whole day will be Foundry sessions. I'm one of those. I don't know which one I am. But I'll be there as well. So yeah, so no Phonex, no Phonex. You didn't answer me. Are you one of my students, or you just forgot to upload? Can you tell me that? Or are you one of my Patreons, or... Yeah, okay. If you're not a Patreon or a student, I am so sorry that I can't really just like push you over in front of everyone else. I think it wouldn't be fair to everyone that has sent the showreels. As you saw, I'm still going through showreels from the 25th. So yeah, I mean it's gonna take a while. So I do apologize if you're disappointed by that. I hope you understand that I can't just like replace people, except if you're a student or a Patreon. I usually try to do that. Anyway, let's do the giveaway. The giveaway has been there for a while now, and we have 25 people on the giveaway, which is great. Let's do the giveaway right now, and hopefully, and then we go and go our merry ways. Let's see who will win this thing. I will do one winner today. So let's see here. Draw the winner. Okay, so the winner. I need to get a rumble sound, don't I? Like for the winner. Okay, so I'll write it here. The winner of the Nuke course is, to be careful not to copy your email. It's this, yes. Drum roll, yes. Okay, so that's the winner. Oh, sorry, I miswritten Nuke. Sorry. So the winner is JSTNMBRWN. I don't know how to write that. Jayton Brown. I'm not sure. Have no idea how I pronounce that name. So that's the winner. That is the winner. Oh, so it's Justin Brown, I'm assuming, isn't it? Like, that's probably it. That's probably you, right? I'm assuming that's you. You won the... Yeah, so it would probably be Justin Brown. Yes, you're probably right. So, are you my student? If you're not my student, then you just won my Nuke course. So, congratulations, my friend. If you're already my student, I can give you my other course. And if you already have both of the courses, then I can give you a tap in the back, I guess. Anyway, I think that's it then. Once again, congratulations to the winner, and thank you so much for being here. Remember that we will not be here next week. We are going to be here in 2 weeks from now, as I said. So be aware of that. I will be back, like I said, on the what was the number? I forgot now. What was the date? Sorry. I'll be back on the 21st of April if you want to join me, or 12th of May, 26th of May, or 9th of June. Remember, if you're at FMX, please come and say hello to me. It would be wonderful if you could do that. So thank you so much to everyone that was here. Yeah, thank you so much. And Peter, really looking forward to seeing you at FMX. Yes, it is very sad that Pixamundo is gone. It is a shame. But yeah, I'm gonna see how it goes. I didn't go to FMX last year, so I'm really looking forward to seeing what happens this year since so many companies have closed. So, thank you so much, Prude, for saying that you learned a lot by watching the stream. Not a problem. Thank you so much. And Boyfruit, thank you so much for all the support and all the great feedback you gave me on Twitch as well. Thank you so much, Boyfruit. That was wonderful to have you on the stream as well and to have all your feedback. Thank you so much for your feedback, Boyfruit, and also all the feedback that Sajel made, and also all the feedback that Mikael made as well, as usual, and all the other people that made great feedback as well. Okay, I'll see you all later. Goodbye, everyone. Have a great day. I'll see you in 2 weeks with more Nuke Showreel reviews. I'll see you all later. Bye-bye, everyone. Bye. Bye-bye. Bye-bye.